G'day, KC here, and how you doing? Welcome to the channel, and in today's video we're going to start printing some of the gears that we've designed. Okay, so moving on, I tried to record it using the screen record, but it doesn't work in Explore. So, sorry, I'm videoing a computer screen. But these are all the files. There are those two pictures. And you'll see across the top there are all the different size gears. So I saved a picture of them out of Fusion 360, as well as the STL file. Then here are actually the gears, so that's gear A. AA, AB and AC, those are the ones that are just for show. They're not actually driving anything. But the gear trains A, B, C, D, E, etc. Then if you come down the bottom, you can see the pinion gear. You can see the planet gears, the sun gear. These are the frames that they run around, the planetary gears run in, and there's the carrier. And then those STLs, I use Cura, which is why there's a big C in them. And for all of those, I've actually generated the G code, which I then use to 3D print. The software I use is Pronterface to print, and you load up your gear. Just you can zoom in and you can actually inspect it as well, which I quite like. Move it all around as much as you want, and it actually shows you the progress of the print as you go. Plus you have all those items on the left, so yeah, move it around, zoom in, zoom out, click print, and off we go. And you'll see it's all processing there on the right hand side as it processes your print. But you'll see in the little temperature gauge there, it shows you the bed. So I've just sped that up because the bed's heating up. There's a little graph on the temperature. And now I'm just getting it ready to, I like a bit of a 3D look. And now you'll see the extruder heating up. So let's print. So here's my 3D printer. It's a Devo Tornado, and the reason I like it is because of the size of the bed, and that the bed is to 40 volts, so it heats up really quickly. So this is what I use to generate all the clocks. So the next step is to start printing, and you can see that this was one of those prints, and I don't remember how this went. Yeah, was it like that? And the whole idea was to actually bolt these all together. So that's where the motor would go. I think that one was supposed to bolt together like that. So that was the original frame, and I just found that it's different levels and they didn't line up straight, so it was very difficult to do. You can see here also is the middle gear, and that was when the design was still across, as you can see with this design here, before I went to the 3-spoke. So these are just some of the drive wheels, and then there's a whole lot of gears here that you'll see. So you can see these are the planet gears. Here's the sun that would be in the middle there, driving them. And I tried all different types of joins. Not sure if you can see that, but I started off with the joints like for a screwdriver, and what you can actually see, I don't know how well it's coming up, but that would actually fit in there, but it sheared so easily. So this was one of those where you just learn that actually this type of joint, so you can see the depression there and there's like a space, and then this one had sort of a circle where that shape would actually slot in, and it just sheared it straight off. So I found the best way of connecting was actually, if you just take a look at a nut and a bolt, and if you take the head of a nut, how easy a socket fits over it. And so that's why you'll see in future videos I use a 6-head shape, hexagon, and the other one fits over it like a socket would over a nut head, because I tried a few different methods of connecting and they would just shear off. As you can see, there was sort of the very basic one. There was one over the carrier with a triangle, and there's another little gear inside. There's one with just a triangle. So when you design these things, you go through a whole lot of sort of trial and error. I'll just show you how many prints were made. I've almost got a full clock here out of the transparent material. Even here was a print that was made and the holes weren't deep enough, so the screws actually bumped or cut themselves right through. So you can actually see the screws worked their way right through the print. And then over here, I actually printed the hour dial with 12 hours. And this was actually fitted to the clock. And the problem with this was I couldn't understand why it wasn't keeping time. And then I realized that it was actually traveling half the speed. And that's why I went back and looked at my calcs. And then that's how I found the mistake that you'll see in the first video, that actually for a clock there's only 12 hours in a day and not 24. So I had to reprint this dial with a 24-hour clock, but this was the original one that was printed for that clock with only 12 hours. But I had to reprint it for the 24-hour clock. So there, once you've printed all the pieces, the next step is putting it all together. But for that, you'll have to wait for the next video. Thank you all for watching, and take care, and God bless. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe, as it helps the channel to grow.